everyone, this is CY once again, right? If you're first time joining my channel, right? My channel is about having fun making coffee, right? So it's 8:30 in the morning, Singapore time. So today I'm going to try to use my quick meal Rubino, right? To make again an espresso base and make a latte. So I'm going to pull 2 shots and I'm going to test out the coffee bean I've roasted last 10 days. I have roasted about 500 grams of the Liberica beans from Malaysia. So I'm going to see how it tastes, right? So do remember to subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and let's get started. Right, usually I store my roasted coffee bean in this kind of used coffee bags, and I find them really very useful because they have a one-way valve, and this is the storage bag for 250 grams. So it's the perfect size, right? So let me show you the Liberica beans. The beans are very big. As you can see, right, this is the size of the beans. There's a bit of oil, but it's actually perfect, right? So we're gonna try to use this bean to make an espresso and see how it tastes. Right, I'll be using my Liberica Specialita as a grinder today. So let's try to dose 18 grams. Right, I'm also going to use the bottomless water filter, right, to see the extraction. Right, the Liberica Minion Specialita comes with this clip at the bottom which can be removed. Right, so usually unless I lock in my water filter, otherwise I'll remove this. So let's measure about 18 grams of coffee beans. The Liberica beans are very big in size. If you compare to the Colombian, right, it's about maybe 30 to 40% larger than the Colombian beans when it's roasted. So the Colombian beans are really very big in size, but the Liberica is even bigger. Right, the altitude for the Liberica beans is, I think, it's grown in about 1,003 to 1,004 meter above sea level. Right, I may have to dial in this bean, so let's see how it goes. Right, just now I measured about 18.2. Right, so now it's 18.4, which means there's a bit of retention from the previous batch. Right, one thing about the quick meal Rubino is it's a heat exchanger. Right, it is actually very similar to the Rocket Apartamento. So before you use, you have to do a bit of flushing. I'll flush for about 5 seconds. Right, at the same time I can actually warm up my water filter. Right, so now it's very nice and hot. Right, my cup has been placed on the cup warming tray for about 30 minutes and it's very warm now. Right, you can see that it's actually fogging on my glass. Right, so it's actually pretty hot. Right, so let's see how it goes. Right, get my tools. Right, to be fair, I'll also do a bit of redistribution, or something like disturbing the coffee ground so that it's settled properly. Right, and I think one of my viewers told me that I have to do this slowly. right, so that I do not over disturb the coffee bed. Right, so this, just do it slowly, right. Right, let's distribute. Right, and give it a 10. Right, okay, we should be good to go. Right, so let me bring it closer for the extraction. Right, my quick meal Rubino has installed with a flow control. So you can see that this flow control can be closed. Normally before I put a shot, I will close the flow control first. And maybe for the first shot, I will show you how I control the flow control device. Let's get a scale underneath. Right, so when I start the lever, right, at the same time I also start the timer. Right, okay, maybe I can start the timer first. Then I'll turn, usually I'll turn the flow to about 3/4 turn. Can ramp up the pressure. Right, there's a bit of channeling. Right, 30 seconds, I extracted about 60, right, which means it's, the flow is too fast, and I have to dial in the beans again. Right, so let's redial in the beans. So I'll probably grind a little bit finer this time. Right, even though the extraction is too fast, but I think the coffee still smells pretty good. Right, so but I will not be drinking this shot. Right, I'll be making a second one, right, so that I can actually grind it finer to have a better extraction. So let's do that. Okay, let's measure another 18 grams. Right, that's about 18.1. Okay, let's see the retention. Let's try to measure. Right, it's 18.2, so it's actually pretty, 18.1, so actually the retention is actually pretty low in the Specialita, so I'm actually pretty happy. Right, the part goes out very easily. Right, I'll do a flush. Right, so again, to be fair, I'll also use the fluffinator, right, to distribute it. Okay, maybe I should put on the dosing ring when I do that. I think it'll be easier. So I'll do that the next time. Because when you try to stir the coffee actually become more fluffy, and you actually move up, you actually increase its volume. Okay, so it's pretty okay, so let's try again. let's pull a second shot.
So let's zero the okay, 0. So I'll just on my flow control to about 3/4 turn, right? And I will start the extraction, maybe a little bit more than 3/4. The extraction is much better. Right, beautiful extraction. Pressure is a bit too high. Just reduce it slightly. Extraction rate looks good. I forgot to switch on the timer. Right, but never mind. I'll stop now. Right. So it's about 40 grams, and the shot looks so much better as compared to just now, as you can see. Right, this is actually the second shot. Let me show you the first one. Right, this is actually the first one. Right, this is the second one. Right, so you can see the shot improvement there by grinding slightly finer. Right, so now let's see the milk frothing. Right, I'm just going to make a latte for my wife. Right, so let me get the scale out of the way. Right, the Quick Mill Rubino has a pretty powerful steam wand. Right, it's not as powerful as my German G1A, but it's considered a very good one. Right, you can see the steam there, very powerful. It's really hot. It's done already. Let me purge it. Right, let's try to do some art if I can. Right, the milk looks pretty okay. Right, there you go. Okay, not the best, but probably I used a little bit too little amount of milk. Right, but this is the first cup. Right, so I'm gonna make a second one. So the setting, I'll leave it to the same, right? And then you can just see the whole process again one more time. Right, so knockout, rinse the water heater. Right, dried it. Right, let's dose another 8 gram. Right, so if you don't have time, right, please skip this part because I'll be repeating the same process again. But this time I know I have already dialed in the bins. I'll make sure that I do the recording of time this time and the extraction, see whether I can hit actually about 1:2 ratio. So again, I'm going to dose about 18 grams. This is exactly 18 grams now. Right. Right, actually the Specialita has an anti-popcorning disc, but this device looks pretty cheap to me. And the hopper is very cheap kind of plastic, which I don't really like it. Other than that, it's actually a pretty good grinder, right? It's pretty silent. I'm getting about 18.1, so the retention is pretty okay. It's only about 0.1 gram. Right, same thing. This time I will insert my this coffee funnel, so that when I distribute, I don't have to worry that the ground will be spill over. Right, let's try to pull a third shot. I actually went to rinse out this cup, so just give me a moment. Let me heat up the cup. Right, let's extract one more time. Right, so same thing, I'm going to adjust the flow control. Again, I'm going to go up to slightly more than 3/4 turns, and the pressure will be ramping up to about 9 bar. And I'm just going to start the timer and start the shot now, right? And I will let you see the extraction. Right, it's pretty consistent. Shot looks really good. Right, we are now hitting about 25 seconds, 30 seconds. Right, hitting about 36.5 gram, which is pretty good for 1:2 ratio. So you can see the dialing process. Again, the quality of the shot looks really good. Right, so let me do the milk frothing again. Right, I'm going to use a little bit more milk today. It's ready. Right, let's try a second one. Okay, slightly better than the first one, but I think the milk texture is still not very accurate, but this is a better shot than the previous one. I mean better in terms of the latte art. So you can see now I've made 2 shots of latte, right? And right, this is CUI once again. Thank you for joining me. Right, I hope you like what I'm doing this morning. If I have the time, this is usually how I do my coffee in the morning, right? Make 2 cups of latte in the morning, and make a pour over in the afternoon, and make a decaf at night, right? So normally this is my routine for the day, right? So thank you for joining me, right? Have a good day, stay safe, and see you very soon. Most importantly, I forgot to do this, right? Is to taste the coffee, right? Cheers.
Looks great. It's actually not too bad. It's very chocolatey, very nutty, right? I actually like the Liberica beans. I think this time I've roasted it right. So cheers, stay safe, right? This is just an add-on to the video because I forgot to taste the coffee. The coffee actually tastes quite good. Okay, enjoy. See you very soon.